Okay, so were you essentially money laundering through the Vatican?
But you know what they did? I actually got a courier's license. They made me legitimate because they could. They got me bonded. I got a license. So if you stop me at the airport, I had a credential. Unless you got a court warrant. So I was laundering money legitimately. That's why they didn't want to break the line of they couldn't stop me. And then I did another thing that nobody thought of doing. I said, pick up the money, my money also, and wash it for us. Because I'm taking, old stacks of money. I could take $3 million in a Nitty travel bag. Because Nitty travel was a major. We used to move 2,500 people a week to Vegas. We had another business called junkets that was legitimate to bring the planes and the planes out. So when I had to go to Italy, I get on the plane either Sunday night or Thursday. Went to Chicago, then I get on a plane to go to the Vatican. When we land at Leonardo da Vinci, the little, whatever they were, the Monsignors from the Vatican were at the tarmac. I come down, they take my bag, and I had a car from the Vatican take me to the hotel. But I couldn't even tell you how much money was moved over that period of time.
Well, when you did The Godfather,
Right.
there was this famous scene where James Caan, who played Sonny, beat you up, in
Would
the middle
only
of the
happen
street.
in the movies.
Well, and I guess during the course of him beating you up on camera, he ended up breaking a couple of your ribs.
Oh, no, he hated me. Spin forward about 2 weeks prior to that scene. I'm in Gillies on 52nd, West 52nd Street, which was a watering hole for everybody. And I'm at the bar, thank God, that night with Tommy Bellotti, which your audience will know. Tommy Bellotti got shot down with Paul Castellano in front of Sparks. When he got made, Castellano, he made Tommy Bellotti his underboss. But the other guy that I was really close to was Boozy DeChico, who was an underboss in the Gambino family. Now, his son, Frankie Boy DeChico, he got blown up in a car when they thought he was Gotti in Brooklyn. And that was, later on, they found a gas pipe did that. But why I'm bringing that up, Sonny comes from back in the room where the piano bar was, and he said, Junior's in the back with his daughter, come back and say hello. Now, I knew Persico for a lot of years. Him and I had something in common because he had something wrong with his hand, like my left hand. So I go back, I hug him and all this, and I look over his shoulder. I said, Junior, your daughter is gorgeous. And he looked at me. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, his nickname was the Snake. But he was an underboss in the Colombo family. He looked at me. It was his girlfriend. Jimmy set me up. It wasn't his daughter. You can't say this to this guy. I caught it. I said, Junior, have a good night, did he? And I walked. So instead of going left to the bar, I went right downstairs to the bathroom because I was going to piss my pants. Two of Junior's guys come down the steps immediately behind me. Tommy Bellotti catches it and Boozy. Because, all of a sudden there's a lot of movement right there. They're here, the staircase is there. So I'm at the urinal and one of Junior's guys pushes me. I said, I'll be done in a minute. Now you're a wise guy. Just as I said that, I didn't know the one guy was blocking the door. Tommy hits the door, and Tommy's like a bull. Gets that guy, the guy goes forward, gets that guy and just cracks his head on the sink. Down he goes. Now he says to this guy, who's a wise guy, him or you? He says, you don't understand. He just insulted Junior. That was Junior's girl, and he said, oh, your daughter looks great. Tommy bitch smacked this kid. He said, Jimmy Caan told us that Junior was back there with his daughter. By this time, Boozy's there, and he listens to this. Now, Boozy's the only guy that can talk to Junior because they're both made men. We can't talk to Junior. So we go upstairs. Should have been in the movie. They go in the kitchen. Next, they call for Jimmy. Jimmy goes in the kitchen. Couple of seconds later, you hear, pa, pa. Junior smacks him. And he said, I was only joking. He said, you could have got this kid killed or beat up. So he said, now I'm going to teach you a lesson about the mob, Jimmy. They now own you. He said, what are you talking about? He said, they own you. We just settled it. They could have you tomorrow morning. So I said, Tommy, you can't kill this guy now. He said, we just started shooting. They killed him. They want to end the film to begin with. There was too many problems. So Tommy Bellotti looked right in his face. He said, when I want you, I'm coming for you, Jimmy. And he smacked him. Jimmy was so nuts. He thought he was going to, and that's why he did what he did to me. When he threw that bat at me, that wasn't even in the scene. And that's my first time in a movie. Then he throws me over. It was all choreographed. We did a day of rehearsal. Soon as he kicks me when I crawl out from under the railing to go to the hydrant, soon as he touched me, I react and roll over. He drop kicked me, lift me up in the air. And in the garbage pails, when he was banging me, he was hitting me so hard with those steel things, he chipped my elbow. And then the drop kick, he breaks 2 ribs. And that day, I made a very important decision in my movie career. I'm not doing fight scenes no more.